We're looking at the eight covenants of God, and particularly today we're looking at the Adamic Covenant. And the Adamic Covenant is formed in Genesis chapter 3, verses 14 through 19. And under this covenant, the life conditions of fallen mankind are changed. There's now a promise of a Redeemer. And God and Adam are the ones involved in this covenant, and Adam represents the human race. And so the judgment on Adam is a judgment on all humanity, on every one of us. And there are six elements to this covenant. One, there's a curse upon the serpent in Genesis chapter 3, verse 14. And then the serpent is cursed above all other creatures. He is to crawl on his belly, and the dust shall be his food. The dust shall be his food is a metaphor for the conquest of a proud enemy, showing his shame and humility, which in this case will be forever. And the second element is the enmity between the seed of the serpent and the seed of woman in Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. The serpent would bruise the heel of the woman's seed, and the woman's seed will bruise the head of the serpent's seed. The serpent is Satan, and the seed of the woman is the Messiah, Jesus Christ. And three, another element, the sorrows of maternity, and you will find that in Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. And then also in Genesis 3:16, we see the fourth element, the subordination of the woman. Let me read that in Genesis 3:16. It says, "And to the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow shalt thou bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee." And then the fifth element is that creation is cursed because of Adam's sin. And we see that in Genesis chapter 3, verses 17 through 18. And then physical death, the sixth element, Genesis chapter 3, verse 19. And that says, "In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return into the ground. For out of it wast thou taken, for dust thou art, and unto dust thou shalt return." So this covenant extends from the fall of Adam into the flood in Noah's time, and is associated with the dispensation of conscience. And the covenant is unconditional and is still in effect today. So we also see the first prophecy of our coming Savior in Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. And this is the first mention in the Bible of the promised coming of Jesus Christ. Thank you for listening.